If he still resists that and doesn't want to do it, then I would tell you that it's time to let him go to jail.
What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to Grim. Today we're meeting with yet another teenager on Dr. Phil's show that thinks they are better than everyone and just immune to the law or personal injury, basically. So, you know, like most teenagers think. Anyways, keep watching until the end because Dr. Phil goes in on this kid and his mom, and it's pretty entertaining, honestly. Anyways, without further ado, let's just hear from the mother, shall we?
Do you know if he's purchased since he got here?
Yes.
And when?
Last night.
Where'd you get the money?
From me.
Wow, so since flying in to be on the show, her son already called the plug up and had a delivery made. I mean, they do film this in California where that stuff is legal, but still, that's funny that this woman wrote into the show because her son was smoking so much, and yet she's the one that gave him money to go out and buy some when they landed in LA. Kinda goes against your whole argument right there, like, stop enabling your broke boy's son and have him pay for his own stuff if you hate him smoking so much, right?
I'll tell you exactly what happened. He has...
Okay, hold on.
Oh.
Hold on. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Because you were getting ready to give me a 4th of July speech. No. You gave an addict money.
Yo, Dr. Phil is coming in strong already, bro. He's not about to listen to her talk in circles all day, trying to defend herself. That is a pretty foolish move. You know, despite what your stance is on this stuff, I don't feel like a parent should be giving their kid money to go buy some ever. Like, maybe if he hits 21, you know, is in a legal state, then he can just go do what he wants. But if it's something you don't want him doing, why continue to feed into his ability to do it? That just makes absolutely no sense to me.
He has been handled by a transporter.
Transporter did not tell you to give him money for... Don't tell me he did, or I'll have him come out here and he'll tell you straight up he damn sure didn't, because I've known him for years and he did not.
Wow, so things are getting a bit heated, needless to say already. This lady is just not saying the right things and she's messing up left and right. I feel like Dr. Phil is extra salty over this woman already, and like, I get it, she was almost insinuating that the transporter that Dr. Phil's show hired to make sure that this kid gets to the filming safely was the one that suggested that she bring him money so that he can go buy some. But I mean, I highly doubt that's the case. This guy would not want to lose his job over that. Also, I love that Dr. Phil got mad at that and just started spouting off like an auctioneer super fast. Like these past few years, his speech has been kind of slowed down and, you know, he pauses so much. That's just kind of his signature thing. So it's weird to see him pop off and go rap god mode real quick on this woman. I mean, I'm glad I got to see that. All right, so Dr. Phil sent his producers out to go make a montage of this kid, you know, like they always do. And this guy legit starts rolling up and goes to hotbox his grandma's van right away. All while talking about how he can make like $300 to $400 a day selling. And it's just like, dude, how could you possibly flex and wear this fake diamond chain that says CEO that you got from Shop Gold or something? You know, just a whack chain, and you're like having to use your grandma's van to smoke since your mom probably would just whoop your butt for smoking in the house. This just does not add up at all, bruh. Like, he just wants to be seen as this rich guy who, you know, is out here hustling and in the streets. But instead, he's just smoking some mid in his grandma's van with some Dr. Phil producers and cameramen. That is so hilarious to me, dude. Oh, and he's literally got a baby with some woman and talks about how that baby needs diapers. How about you go make that $400 you were talking about that you could make in a day and go buy like a year's supply of diapers, all right? If it's that easy, bro. Like, take care of your kid, you loser. He is the worst possible caricature of a smoker. He literally spends another 2 minutes flexing about all these crimes he's gotten into and how someone legit hit him in the face with the butt of a pistol the other day and how he would have, quote, aired it out if he had his own gun on him. Seriously, I think this is just another case of, you know, those teenagers playing GTA and expecting that they can do it all in real life. If anything, this dude is an NPC in a GTA game. Like, he just talks just as ridiculous as they do sometimes. And I swear I'll just be cruising down the street and one of the pedestrians says some wild stuff. You know, now that I think about it, Rockstar should hire this guy just to do some NPC voice acting. Like, he'd be perfect for it.
Okay, well, you had a little trouble getting here.
Yeah.
What was the problem?
I was handling business, bro.
Well, what's your business, bro?
He had to handle business, bro. How else is he gonna afford all this drip, man? Look, he's got one of those jackets you see advertised in the beginning of TikTok cringe compilations. You know, the drop shipping ones from China that have the obnoxious all over prints of like top ramen packaging, you know, and just, you can't afford this drip without handling business, Dr. Phil. You need to get that through your thick skull, bro. Oh, I love how this guy keeps broing Dr. Phil too. This is off to a great start.
Where do you get your supply? You said you were just in Mexico. You got in Mexico?
Yeah, I got all types of
Man, this kid thinks he's El Chapo or something, dude. Like, he's out here selling half cilantro bags to poor high school students and kids that don't know any better. And there's always that one kid in school that is like this too. And I mean, they just overproject what they do so far. Like, they act like they are just these money-making machines. You know, I guarantee his Instagram probably says entrepreneur as his job. And his Facebook probably has some stupid stuff like listing him going to the school of hard knocks or something. He's trying so hard to get this image, but he's just not built for this, I don't think.
Then he tells the producers 16 different times, I'm coming, I'll be there, never shows.
This punk couldn't even show up in time to get his filming done with Dr. Phil's crew. Apparently that footage we just saw was after they had to wait a whole weekend to get him to show up so that they could film these 2 intro montages. Talk about an utter lack of respect. I mean, you'd think he'd be hyped to get the clout that he's about to get from being on TV, but I guess not, you know. He'd rather just go handle business or whatever he calls it, aka hang out in someone else's grandma's car probably and smoke all day. This kid is a real winner, bro. I'm glad he's out here wasting everyone's time. It's really nice of him.
So I just gave it that, and they let me go. They gave me a warrant to cross the border, so I'm crossing it right now.
Are you kidding me right now?
Okay, he missed his flight because he was trying to be like El Chapo once again. He's actually just crossing the border to go score some stuff to sell, and I mean, that's actually pretty sketchy. Like, he might not be all talk about this, but still, why is this man doing this? He can't be making that much money if he's still living with his mom and grandma and complaining about how his newborn baby needs diapers, even though he still can't get them or afford them. Like, what a total scumbag, dude. Talk about a headache for Dr. Phil and his team when it comes to getting this kid down here, just so that they can film the show. I mean, I would have given up at that point, honestly, but he has way more patience than I have. That's all I know. I love that her reacting to her son literally being arrested at the border for trying to smuggle stuff into the US and getting freed only because he bribed the border police is her saying, "Are you kidding me?" Like, no, you should be straight up screaming at this kid right now just to get his butt home and ground him forever or something. Like, there's got to be something that's being done here. You can't just be like, "Oh my gosh, are you kidding me?" Oh, and wouldn't you expect it? Now he's, I guess, too good for Dr. Phil and doesn't need his help. And he even broed his mom. Like, talk about some respect issues once again. I'm glad he didn't get locked up in Mexico or something though, because I mean, that could have been a real bad situation and a headache for him and his mom, and she probably would have just had a heart attack if she found out that happened. But still, after getting out of that situation, he still thinks he's above being on the show and shouldn't have to get help from Dr. Phil, which is pretty wild to me. I mean, you have this amazing resource and the ability to be on a TV show, dude. Why not do it?
So guys, real quick, I have a super fast challenge that only takes 5 seconds to complete. So if you can leave a like and subscribe within the next 5 seconds, you'll get 10 years of amazing luck. Just give it a try, it really works.
What do you think about what we're saying to you?
I'm not going, bro. I'm not going. I don't need to go.
You know, he's on his Chief Keef mode right now, literally. Like, you got this dude in the crowd that apparently runs one of the best teenager or like young adult treatment facilities in the world, and he's just like, "Bro, Dr. Phil, I'm not going, bro." Like, I just have to expect him to walk off stage while Hate Being Sober plays on the speakers. Like, clearly he did not want to be on the show in the first place, and now that he is on, I doubt he's gonna accept any treatment, even though he literally just got almost arrested in Mexico and recently got pistol whipped in the side of the face. He still thinks this is a lifestyle for him, and he isn't gonna slow down anytime soon. I gotta say, I mean, I really did not expect more from him, since he seems to be pretty happy in his current situation, you know, just kind of floating along, even though everyone else can realize how much of a struggle he's in. But really, he just does not want any help at all and refuses to listen to Dr. Phil and his team.
Here's the thing.
I'm gonna go move in with my boys, bro. That's what I'm gonna do.
Here's the thing.
Shout out my boys.
You're in a position where you can compel him to go.
He's gonna move in with his boys, bro. Shout out to his boys one time, all right? They don't judge him when he can't make rent and almost gets arrested at the border like his lame mom and grandma do. Why do they care so much, you know? It's almost like they love him and want him to live a good life and be a better person and make better decisions. That's so whack. His boys would never pressure him into being a better person, and that's why he's gonna go move in with his boys.
My advice to you is that you do exactly that. You can compel him to do this.
I mean, all in all, besides the other crimes that he's doing, I don't think the smoking is that big of a deal. It's becoming legal in most of the US at this point, and it truly kind of blows my mind how much people demonize it. When you think about drinking, it's so commonplace, and that's much worse in my opinion, but I won't get into that. Basically, this is just a mom that wants her son to not go down the wrong path, so I get that. You know, every mom wants their kid to be making good decisions, and it sounds like this kid just is making the wrong decision at every single turn. I think ultimately the kid is really just against any sort of therapy, like I said earlier, and it honestly looks like the mom is going to have to force him to go no matter what. I just enjoyed seeing how delusional he was, you know, talking about his hustling, since most kids who do that stuff are like that, and I mean, they think they're pimping when they're driving around in like 10-year-old Mercedes cars, but this kid just doesn't even have a car, so I guess he's on another level of broke boy, and that's a different story. He just really isn't making good decisions, like I said. I just hope he gets a better head on his shoulders and realizes what he's doing is stressing out his mom and his grandma and hurting them, so if anything, he should just try to be a bit smarter and more responsible in the future. Let me know what you guys thought of this kid down in the comments below, and as always, I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, peace out.